forth something that you can be excited about and say, okay, cool. Roops did that. DB Hooper did that. Ant had a nice shooting night. You can point to some things and kind of explain it away. But when you have a 45-point loss to a team without their best player, it's tough to...
Two of their best players.
It's tough to even squint and find much of anything to be excited about for that performance. I mean, is there anything that you can look at besides like Edie and DC as like a fun little thing and say, hey, that's a good takeaway from tonight? Because I'm failing to find it.
I'm letting Joe finish his sentence because you understand how just real this is. Think about the Blazers fans that talked about they wanted to tank. That's not what they're saying now on social media right now. That is not what the community, that's what tanking looks like. You want to talk about tanking? That's what tanking looks like. And that's not what this team is trying to fully do. So at least this does one thing for the Blazers community. They know they want to win some games. They know they don't want to go out like that.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you have this game in mid-March and a lot of players have, hamstring strains or whatever the case may be, fine. But to have this performance before Thanksgiving at home, and I know it's a very common axiom that you can, hey, after a road trip, first game at home, yes, traditionally that's going to be kind of a tough adjustment.
Yeah.
But again, after that adjustment happens, you expect something to pop. And the other night, it was Time Lord. He came in, gave the Blazers a big lift, changed the momentum of that game, and it gave us something to point to. Yeah, it was a blowout in the second half. It was a lousy third quarter, but you can find a little piece. And besides the Golden State game and tonight, there have been little things that you can point to. But I would be surprised if any Blazer fan feels good about anything that happened on the floor tonight. And by the way, Blazer fans that are watching, thank you so much for being here. You are the true sickos. You're watching a post-game show after a 45-point loss. We love you for being here. Please use the hashtag RCWrapUp. Let us know how mad you are. We know you're mad. Let us hear it.
Listen,
We're here to commiserate with you tonight.
We're all feeling the pain.
We are.
We're all feeling the pain. And you know what's awesome about those Blazers fans is that they're watching because they want to know the same thing we want to know. What happened?
Yeah.
What happened? How do you fix that? How do you fix a performance like this? I want to point to something that actually Joe and Danny mentions a lot, and this actually has to do with Scoot Henderson, but it goes to the broader aspect of things. Scoot Henderson obviously has some areas he still needs to work at, but one of the great things he brings to that team is his energy. When you have none of that and poor play, then exactly what do you have? And that's a great way to describe the entire Blazers roster tonight. Whether it's Klingon, despite him going against Edie, whether it's Delano, who came in the later minutes. I believe he only had about 13 points. Some will say that was garbage time, but he was still putting in a little bit of effort.
There was some effort there.
Just a little bit, but overall across the board, that entire team effort from a young squad, one of the youngest squads in the league, wasn't there at all. That's not going to contribute. It's almost like saying doing an accident if you're going to do something wrong, do it at full speed. Your coach says,
right.
"Oh, okay." Are you going to You're going to hold at full speed, or you're going to throw an interception and go make the tackle. I don't see that tonight. I didn't see the effort at all.
That's exactly right, Tyree. Have the mistake occur because you're trying too hard. You're trying to do too much. And it was the exact opposite. And I thought Sean Hyken, shout out Sean, asked a good question in the postgame because Chauncey's like, I got to be better. And Sean pressed him on it. Kudos to Sean. I was like, well, what does that actually mean, be better as a coach? And Chauncey's like, well, I got to get him more prepared. And then Coach Holton kind of picked up on that and was like, well, coaches coach execution, but players have to put forth the effort.
Yep.
And I think that's a really good way to put it. Like Chauncey's job is to motivate these guys and to teach them what he can about the players and set them up in positions to succeed. And yes, I think a lot of people can point to the opening night with Golden State and say, yeah, that was a terrible performance. How are you not prepared in a season opener? Come on, Dan.
Danny Meringue joining us.
How are you not prepared in a season opener?
Got here from the Motor Center.
Tonight, I don't know if it was necessarily a lack of preparation as much as it was you saw effort from nobody on the floor aside from a few guys in garbage time down the stretch. And that's unacceptable.
It is.
It's completely unacceptable. So, Danny, is Chauncey going to watch the game film tonight?
Definitely not.
No?
That's always one I like to ask, good or bad.
Into the sun or on your TV?
Yeah, and that's, I think I did mention is this one you shoot into the sun.
Yeah.
And I'm not watching that S. Different S word. That's the most pissed off I think I've ever seen Chauncey.
Really?
And he very clearly got calmed down before he came in, and he was still heated. They probably won't like me saying this, but normally we go to the locker room, but we didn't because I would imagine some things got turned over in there.
They did allude to that on the broadcast. Brooke was like, well, coach is taking a little longer than usual, but you might expect that after a performance like this.
Well, he took longer, and we got him eventually. And so if people that don't know, we get coach at the podium, and then we go to the locker room. All of us that have locker room access, we wait outside until they tidy up. Whatever, guys are mostly, not a bunch of naked dudes everywhere, basically. Let them
Classic.
have some semblance of privacy.
Locker room.
But after a little while, like, hey, we're going to bring you somebody to the podium. And it was like, okay.
That kind of night.
It was that kind of night. And honestly, I can't remember the last time there was one of those nights.
45-point loss.
And the points could have been 14 or 40. It wasn't. I don't think the magnitude of the loss was the thing that stood out. It was the absolute drubbing and lifeless effort.
Shout out to
time.
Steve. First of all, I want to give a shout out to our guy Steve Benham. He was at the Motor Center today, taking some great pictures.
He's right behind me.
He was right behind you? Did you say hello?
Yeah, I did. I was
Okay.
like, oh, hi, fancy seeing you here.
All right, just making sure. Awesome photos. Shout out to you, Steve. Again, we appreciate your time. Getting some great photos from tonight's 134-89 game against. That's the best way
the
to
shell of the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I'm walking out, I was talking to a few players. John Morant comes by me on crutches. Desmond Bain comes by me in a sweatsuit. I'm like, oh, that's right. They're missing their two best players. There's a lot of people who are saying, Chauncey Billups needs to be fired, this, that, or the other. Folks, that doesn't change what happens tonight. As far as it's the old adage, and I'm so sick and tired of having to rehash this. It was the same thing with Terry Stotts. Oh, it's Terry Stotts' fault, and and you want to shake your fist and blame thing because you can't blame the players, because if you blame the players, then where else do you go from there? And the thing about it is, you could have Greg Popovich, you could have Pat Riley, you could have Eric Spoelstra. You name your coach. This team is still short with 4 of 42 from 3. There's no level of coaching that compensates for falling that short. The shooting is a feature, not a bug. It's part of where that is. They're taking opportunities on a bunch of guys that have size, have athleticism, have defensive ability, have playmaking skills, where Denny is a questionable shooter. Scoot is a questionable shooter. Tumani Kamara is a questionable shooter. Chris Murray, you're hoping the shooting comes around. Ryan Rupert developed the shooting.
And the guys that are supposed to be able to shoot are not. And when you put all that together, it equals the 8th worst shooting performance in NBA history on volume from 3.
Yeah. Oh, and we're gonna get into the beyond the arc times about 3. We already know that was not a nice number, 4 from 42. But first, Joe, talk to us a little bit from our great sponsor, Dick Hanna Subaru. What we got?
Oh, our friends at Dick Hanna Subaru. They're all about making the car buying experience a pleasure. Not only does every new Subaru come with a lifetime powertrain warranty, but for a limited time, you also get 2 Mount Hood Fusion Passes with your purchase or lease. Dick Hanna Subaru, they believe in nice. Visit today and see what makes them different. Is it time?
Trimbier is supposed to be up right now, but we actually just got word from a player using our hashtag RC Wrap Up and just joining the conversation. I want to bring that up before Trimbier.
How much do they hate it?
Oh boy. Well, let's see here. Daniel says last year, if that there was tons of injuries, this year the team is healthy, and oh boy, do they stink. It's not that they lose, it's how they lose. Got to talk about that before Trimbier. What is your thoughts on that? Because there's some truth to that statement.
Yeah, I thought that the opening night loss, the Warriors, was an absolute stinker, and then Anthony Edwards absolutely annihilated them just the other night in Minnesota, and then tonight. But otherwise, I thought even in every other game, even when they got throttled in that third quarter by OKC, and the same thing happened against Phoenix, they didn't quit fighting. It was a talent deficit. It was a shooting deficit. And it's like, oh, you're just saying that because this, that. Like, no, like you can, this tonight, this is what happens when you let go of the rope. It's addressed, like you compare that OKC game to this. Yeah, the margin of defeat is relatively the same, but stylistically it's so much different. And yes, the whole point, I was literally talking to the Blazers front office before the game today. And I was like, it seems like so far this year, this is like mostly what you expected for last year, is you would see some growth from guys. Like you would see some good moments from guys. And even though you were losing, you knew kind of where things are. And I think Anthony alluded to it in I don't know if you guys got Ant's post-game sound, but he alluded to like the losing from last year. Like it's kind of carried over. And I think he said, you know, with the way we lost in Minnesota, it felt like it maybe kind of spilled over into this game. And this is the downside of tanking. This is like, because it's, I mean, you know, I remember talking to Jeremy Grant about this a couple of years ago, actually, just because I wanted his thoughts on what it was like playing on those Philadelphia teams that were the process 76ers, that if you think tonight was bad, folks, go back and try to watch those games. Holy.
And that worked out great for Philadelphia.
But I mean, they got players
they did
wanted, but also the NBA stepped in.
They hit the valley.
Well, I mean,
I won't say they got to a peak, but
I'm just saying the NBA stepped in and made them basically hire Brian Colangelo, get rid of Sam Hinkie, and get out of the whole process, because they were trying to take it to an extreme, and the Blazers aren't even to that level yet. But you look at it, does wear on guys, because as much as everybody's like, I shouldn't say everybody, as much as fans are like, play all the young guys, you've got, number one, guys that are up for contracts. This is livelihoods. And so you've got Jeremy Grant is basically in the last couple prime years of his career. Anthony Simons is entering his prime. Robert Williams III is in the prime of his career. You look at all these guys.
It's the making money time for these guys.
And so like getting out there and getting embarrassed and getting throttled, and look, they're not bad teammates, any of those veteran guys, if they don't want to defer to the kids, because as much as everybody's like, oh, everybody should be pulling in the same direction, how is helping those guys pulling in the same direction? You know what I mean? So you always, and this isn't unique to Portland. You have these competing interests every single year, and that's why when teams win titles, it's not just the hangover from we won a title. It's all of a sudden guys get paid, and it's not unique to basketball. Like the hardest thing about winning a Super Bowl is your team's gonna go get paid.
Well, that's why we talk about Boston being in such a unique position this year. Is like, well, how's Boston gonna stay hungry? Well, Tatum didn't get to play for the Olympic team. Brown gets snubbed. And so they come into a title defense with a chip on their shoulder, which is the rarest place to be. But Danny, before you got here, I was just saying, for Blazers fans in this team, the bar's really low. It's effort.
Yeah.
It's all it is.
Yep.
And if we see that, the score is fine.
You let whatever be whatever.
Exactly. And I would say 9 of the first 10 games, throwing Golden State out. I'll put Minnesota in there, part of it just because it was so fun with the Rob thing and him getting them back into the game, kind of. Yeah. But yes, Ant Edwards went nuts, and they had the terrible three-point shooting night. You take those away, and everything else pretty much went how you'd want it to start the season. Even won a couple games, which was fun. But we talked about this in reference to DC a couple nights ago, Tyree, whereas this guy hasn't lost much. And this is a new experience for him. And Ant talking about that, we had a hangover from the loss, or if that was sort of the inference, it sounds like, to Minnesota tonight, it carried over. Yeah, losing breeds losing. When you figure out how to win, you win games. When you figure out how to lose, that stays with you as well.
You have to learn how to win in the NBA. That is a real thing, and that's where you always talk about, like, you never see NBA teams when they make the playoffs. You don't see a team, like in the NFL, you can just be a team, you can be the New York Giants, and you can go, whoop, wild card, Super Bowl. That does not happen in the NBA because
there's so many more games to win, too.
And that's the thing is you have to learn how to win. You have to learn how to win a first round. You have to learn how to win a second round. Sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll win a first and a second round, and you'll get to those conference finals and get absolutely hammered. Sound familiar?
The Blazers were up 15 in 3 of those games. We could have done it.
13 in all 4. So, but yeah, you have to learn how to win. Yeah. Those Celtics that we sit here and we talk about how much like, oh, I hate the style of basketball they play. So boring. Guess how many times they were in the Eastern Conference Finals? Like it takes, and it starts at the lower levels too. And that's the thing is like, and as much as they say, you know, if you change the coach, that's going to change everything. It's not. I'm going to tell you flat out, no, it's not. People like you know, everybody has opinions, you know, blah,
yeah,
blah.
but you understand why people point to that. I know that you disagree with it, and I agree with you. It happened with Stotts also.
Yes.
Right? Where Terry was getting the blame because that team reached their ceiling, and it's tough to point at Dave and say, we can't do it with this current situation that we have here. It's Terry. And I understand people's desire to blame Chauncey for what's happening. But when you lose by 45,
sure,
You cannot point to a coach and say it is on the coach. It is the exact opposite problem. No one cared tonight.
Yeah.
And that was the problem. And Chauncey keeps threatening to go on the floor for the Blazers. I swear to God, that guy's going to get out there for 4 minutes at some point if this continues. He's not going to be able to control himself.
His line
still
about,
play.
Look, the only player tonight, the only player that did not absolutely stunt on the Blazers was Colin Castleton. And I'm being dead serious. Yuki's throwing bounce passes through traffic. I mean, number one, real quick. Here's a positive from tonight.
Well
Shout
done.
out Blazers fans for knowing who Yuki was and getting so absolutely geeked.
That was awesome.
Even if you were like Googling, like, who is this 5'7" point guard that is making my team look very stupid right now?
It was the most lively the crowd was all night.
It roars.
No fault to anyone in the building. I wouldn't have cheered besides that either.
Chauncey's line about, like, I can't say what I would have done to Scottie Pippen Jr. for, stunting on me at midcourt. Yeah, there was. Look, even late in the, or not even late in the game. I want to say it was the third quarter. Delano Banton. No, it was the end of the first half. Banton gets loose.
Yes.
Takes off, and I went down there. I was in the media room. I was talking to a few other folks, and I was like, "Did you see Banton get loose and no one went with him?" Like, what's happening here? And it's the same thing with the Scottie Pippen Jr. between the legs. Nobody got back, and I'm like, I'm just sitting there going, What is going on, man? Like, it's that stuff's inexcusable. That's not coaching. I love Chauncey's line. Chauncey had some absolute bangers tonight.
He needed to. He needed to have that posture.
Beyond the bleeping embarrassing line, if you go home tonight and you sleep well, you're a loser. Bro.
I'm going to stay up.
He's being real.
I'm going to stay up just so Chauncey doesn't think I'm a loser. I'm going to get no sleep tonight. I'm no loser, coach. I'm not sleeping tonight, buddy.
Let me tell you, I'm asleep. I'm asleep because I lost because I wanted the Blazers to win.
Tyree's is.
Oh, you know what? You know why I'm going to do that? Because everybody else on that team is going to sleep. Everybody else is going to sleep.
I'll tell you this. I know I talked to a couple guys. Their frustration and self-loathing right now is quite high.
Is it inward? Are they reflecting inward, or are they? It's not like accusatory.
No.
Outwardly.
No. They're pretty embarrassed.
They should be. This is embarrassing.
Yeah. I'm not going to put any names out there, but they not thrilled.
Good.
You know what? This actually relates into our first Trembier topic. It's about winning.
Oh.
And this team, well, just quite isn't. Let's bring it up, brothers. Trembier. Yeah, so funny enough about this, there's going to be another tag board that we bring up too that relates to this. But tonight against the Celtics, Giannis had 43 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists. They still lost 2-8 right now. But this was also just wow.
Things aren't going good in Milwaukee.
It's not. Doc Rivers, Giannis, you got Dame time there. The whole Chris Middleton is still on
Portland
there.
has more wins than Milwaukee right now.
Yeah,
so
they do.
That's how things are going.
Now this was part of
yes.
Yeah, this was also Giannis was called Giannis is a Child. Jaylen Brown said that after Giannis faked the handshake to him mid-game, and this was following an offensive foul.
Do you want to recreate it, Tyree? I'll be Jaylen.
You'll be Jaylen?
I'll be Jaylen.
All right, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, that was it.
And scene.
Yeah, you go.
And scene. Yeah, I did acting in high school and college. Thank you.
I could feel it.
Hey, hope MCU,
You're
call
a
me. I want to
great
get a
scene partner.
Trying to get a role. Thank
you
you. Yeah.
And he called Giannis a child.
And that was you're 2-8 and you're playing around?
Well, in fairness to Giannis, he did absolutely.
It wasn't his fault.
He did absolutely annihilate the Celtics. There was nothing they could do. They're like, you can sit there and say, well, the Celtics let him. No, they didn't. He
did his
absolutely. He dog walked the Celtics. It's just that nobody joined him on that walk.
Okay, well, it's here. Listen, I get it. You can think inwardly and say, yeah, I had like 43 points and I was a star and all that. But Giannis is in Milwaukee to win championships. That's all he always talks about. For now, we don't see if he's going to be on the roster because.
Look, man,
Danny,
you've got one of the
you've
got one of the 15 best players of all time in the prime of his career.
DB Hooper needs a third option.
look, man.
Come on.
Heaven forbid he ends up in Oklahoma City.
Look, Doc's agent is on the phone with Amazon right now trying to get about $50 million a year
to go call games.
To call 2 games every 2 months.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, look, I mean, I don't know if you guys talked about this at all or not. Chet Holmgren went down tonight in the heap. He's got a hip injury. It
Saw
doesn't
that.
sound like it's season ending, but it doesn't sound great either.
Sucks.
They don't have Isaiah Hartenstein right now. I mean, Giannis would look pretty good there. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you know what?
Dude.
I don't know if that's going to help right
now. That would be so unfair if OKC got.
They have the
assets. I mean, I know exactly. That's the thing. It would make sense.
I hold my breath when they play OKC if that actually happens.
Oh my God.
That would be
That would be
very
amazing.
interesting. Yeah. Winning is hard in the NBA. Winning is very hard to do.
Yeah, I believe we're currently now the Eastern Conference only has 2 teams with a winning record.
That's right.
2.
That's right.
People really like Cooper Flag.
Everybody.
There's a lot to
Cooper
like.
Flag.
I mean,
Ace Bailey?
it's a great.
There's a lot of good prospects out there.
It's a great draft.
What a
class.
draft it is.
Yeah,
and we're going to talk about it more and more as the season progresses.
Yeah, around Christmas time, I think that'll be a.
Now, I know Chauncey didn't want to point to specific guys, but
you want to do that right now?
I do, because even if you
You're an
extract
instigator.
this game, I think someone you can point to and say it's not gone great so far is Ant Simons.
Yeah.
It's not been a good shooting season. He's down across the board, and I think we could say, all right, well, he's a shooter. It's been 4 or 5 games, then it's 6, 7, then it gets to 8, 9, and we're in double digits now, where it's been a tough start for Ant Simons. I know Ant is your guy.
Yeah.
He's got to be feeling a little bit.
He is. I mean, I don't know if you guys heard the post game. You could hear him fighting back quite a bit of emotion. And just when he was talking, it was probably the most distressed I've ever heard him in that kind of setting, if that makes sense.
Well, emotion and Ant don't usually go hand in hand when it's public facing, at least.
Shows you how important it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely getting to him, and I think one of the big things is I was looking at the analytics, kind of project something we talked about, the shot quality analytics, and his shot quality is down across the board. I mean, when was the last time you saw Ant take a good catch and shoot 3?
I feel like it's been a while.
And I think a big part of that is because teams know that he is the engine of the offense, and they will just throw everything they can, because right now nobody else is capable of being that release lever.
Yeah.
Like if Jeremy starts hitting threes, if Shaden's return starts hitting threes, if Denny somehow starts hitting threes,
2 knocks down a couple.
2 knocks down a couple, the defense softens up. Right now, you look at Jalen Wells all night, and again, I'm not making excuses for Anthony. Please do not get that twisted. But I'm saying, like, his ability to generate quality looks for himself or for other people to generate them for him are limited, and that's part of it. Like, Ant's got to figure it out. That's part of the deal. Like, that's 100% part of the deal. And, it's one of those things where you look at it, there's just not many good answers for that, because your creators in pecking order, Ant, quite a bit down, Scoot, then Denny. Like, those are the guys that can put the ball on the floor and not only create for themselves, but create for others. In Scoot and Denny, you've got 2 guys that are also struggling to shoot and can't hit from 3. Like, so all of a sudden, and Memphis did a fantastic job. This is just Memphis, but like tonight, Memphis said, we're going to go underneath every single action, unless it's Anthony Simons, and just we're going to pack the paint. So even though Portland, coming in tonight, they were 2nd or 3rd in paint drives or paint points and paint possessions, like shots at the rim, they have the lowest field goal percentage in the league, because everybody's packed in, because they know that they can pack it in, and they can send the second guy, they can send a third guy, because if you rip that ball out to Denny, he's not hitting threes.
So what?
If you rip that ball out, honestly, the only thing they care about is please do not fire that ball out back to Anthony Simons wide open, because historically that's a guy that's going to annihilate you on catch and shoot, and Jeremy's to the same extent. And it's just it's just one of those things where, I mean, you look at that 16.
Those numbers look so 134 points out of 85 shots. That's
And not only that, without Ja and without Desmond Bane and without Marcus Smart, like, you look at their injury list and you're like, oh my, you got, like, if you shrunk John Conchar and Santi Aldama and Jay Huff, they look like 3 dudes that are walking out of REI right now. Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, I was watching the game at home in the first quarter with my girlfriend, and Huff was on the screen. She goes, "Good God, that guy's 7'1".
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does 2 things really well: shoot threes and block shots. But I mean, like, I saw a couple people like, oh, look, Portland's not running any offense. Look at what the Grizzlies are running. I'm sitting there watching the Grizzlies run the exact same actions the Blazers are running. I'm like, no, the ball is just going in the hoop.
They're just making
Ball
shots.
and hoop.
Like it's DHO, drive and kick, a guy sagging down into
Yeah.
a corner. It
It's
wasn't
not complex offense.
No,
Yeah.
this isn't Steph Curry and this masterful level of a two-man game
It's
that
just
you have with
execution.
Steph and Draymond. Yes,
That's all it
exactly.
is.
And it's been funny because I've seen people like the Blazers are running the same offense they ran before. They have a new offense. Like they have a legitimately wholly new offense. Nate Bjorken was hired as the assistant coach. They're installing almost an entirely different offense, and so there's an adjustment to that.
Of course.
But there's also, you can't make some adjustments because you're not hitting enough shots to allow those adjustments to be made, to allow the redirections to come out of that, because right now you're not efficient, not even efficiently, you're not even effectively scoring at any level.
Well, the problem is, and we've talked about it many times throughout the season so far, we're going to continue to. 3-point shooting, the emphasis on it.
The math.
You have to do it. There's no escaping having to be at least a competent 3-point shooting team if you're going to be a competitive NBA squad. And when the Blazers have even a below average night from 3, not even tonight. Like, let's say they made 5, 10 more shots tonight from 3. Okay, you're in the balance of the game, but you have to have some sort of base level of making a decent amount of 3-point shots.
12 to 14 a night.
Something, because it was the same thing against Minnesota as it was tonight. They were minus 18 from 3 in the first half.
I mean, they got buried in the first quarter.
You're not going to be competitive if that happens.
Jeremy Grant only made 2. He only made 2 of his 8. Anthony made 0 threes tonight. That's part of his game.
I mean, 2 of 8 was the best 3-point shooting performance we had on the floor tonight.
We got pretty deep into the game, and I looked at the box score, and Jeremy Grant was the only player that had hit more than 2 shots.
Sure.
And meanwhile, I looked, and Memphis had, I believe, 4 players who had hit 6 or more at that point in time. And I'm just sitting there going, yeah, there's no math that overcomes this.
No.
I mean, look at the box scores right there: 4, 9, 7, 20, and 6, and you're just like, look, I'm not going to polish this turd, but of all those guys, I thought Da actually gave some effort tonight. I thought that he was fighting with Edie, he was fighting with Jaren Jackson. He was Jeremy to an extent was hitting some shots, but. That's when I have to squint,
Right.
and it's like,
What's
You
there?
don't wear glasses.
no, I do.
You got
I
contacts.
got
though.
contacts.
There we
you
go.
know.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
be able to see the basketball courts.
Dang.
But yeah, I mean, there's no way you can. There's no way you can quantify this anything in any other way other than just a complete turd.
It sucked.
It
They
was
were
not
bad
fun.
tonight.
Yeah, very. Make sure we also have people joining our conversation using the hashtag RC Wrap Up. Let's bring up a tag board when we get a second to just see what the conversations are like. Mark,
That's quick.
he very quick. If you sleep tonight, you're a loser.
I mean,
Mark, good effort.
I'm going to sleep.
It does say looser.
he does say looser.
I gotta call
shoot.
it out.
Shoot.
It
I
does
didn't
say
see that
looser.
part.
Okay,
Mark,
just-
thank you for watching the show. It's fine.
Just spell check before you print.
We tried.
Spell check before you print.
How much do the Blazers stink tonight? Use the hashtag RC Wrap Up and let us know. Come on, fire
Oh
away.
my
Look, I mean-
gosh, yeah.
The way I can describe this is you've seen the meme with the guy popping the bottle and spraying the champagne, but he's in like 20th place. Like that's if you sleep well tonight, you're that guy. You know what I mean? Like it's like I said,
Yeah.
there's only so many ways you can kind of cut this turd.
Yes, thank you. At the start of the show, Danny, I thanked all the sickos for watching a post-game show for a team that lost by
Yeah.
45. Love you, Ruski.
Look, sometimes you just gotta kind of you gotta take a bath in it.
Yeah.
You gotta bathe in the stink.
We gotta wallow
Yeah.
together.
You saw what he said, right? He's one of the sickos. First of all, appreciate you.
Yeah.
He's not mad. He's just disappointed.
Yeah.
And I mean, with Matisse's return, because when Matisse Thybulle comes back, then the Blazers are at full go. Everybody is available on the staff. Would his return? Would he have even made a difference? Sickos unite.
Yeah, it's a Blazers sickos committee. I mean,
Joe,
look,
when did you
it.
start?
I love it.
Well, I mean, that's what this season is.
Right.
Like, if this is if you can't handle me at my worst, that you don't.
That's
get
right.
me at my best.
People
like that's.
revel in this to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the wrong way to put it.
No,
but
no,
people,
it's
people
revel.
like pay attention, wallow at this
that.
level because you earn the wins more that way, right? It means more. It's not like you're in a constant state of success and like, we'll show up at 8:30 and see what happens, and we'll just try again next year. This is what we have,
It's
folks.
25-year-old
We're a Blazer town.
New England Patriots fans.
That's it.
They have no idea that their organization was the worst organization in the NFL for 40 years. And now that Tom Brady's gone, they're like, well, I can't deal with this. Because honestly, it's a little bit of the same in Portland. Because if you're a if you're a roughly 40-year-old Blazer fan, or you grew up watching this team, you had the staggering majority of your life be very successful.
This is a team that was marked by consistent success for a long period of time. What we're in right now is an aberration, and it feels like it's gone on forever.
As opposed to 2 years.
As opposed to a couple of years. And you can understand, Tyree, people being impatient and saying, fire the coach and trade everybody because
Or, as I keep
Green Bay
getting,
basketball club.
Get rid of all of that to play the kids. That makes it worse. You can have that opinion. You're violently wrong. It does not work. It is a horrendous. Look, if you point to OKC, yes. If you point to OKC and you have an MVP candidate that you happen to trade for because another team desperately wants their player because he's from LA to pair him with Kawhi Leonard, sure, you make those situations come together. By all means, go for it. But putting a bunch of kids out there without the framework, without the support, without the ability to do anything, those guys will, if you think 45 and 46 was bad, that'll be the norm, ladies and gentlemen.
And it's not just that the performance will be bad in terms of the scoreboard, but you're also setting those kids back. You're not doing them any favors if you're playing all the young kids together. No. You need to have a veteran presence out there with the young guys. Otherwise, it's going to be just a full-out disaster
you need to have
every
functional
single night.
NBA players. Look,
that's right.
Look, I don't want this to think that I'm bashing the kid because I'm not. But here's a perfect example. There's a bunch of people calling for Donovan Clingan to play more minutes. 18 to 20 minutes is as much as he can play right now physically without losing significant ability by getting tired. And he went out there. I saw a bunch of people was like, hey, why isn't he playing more against Oklahoma City? They go to a 5-out lineup, and you're asking a guy who's never had to defend it outside the paint in his entire life to go defend Alex Caruso. Mwah! How do you think that went for him? His head is spinning. It's like Dennis Rodman in the ESPN 30 for 30, just pew, 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 pew. He has no idea which way is up, which way is down. All he's used to is I'm 7'3", I protect rim. Why am I out here on this 6'5" guy who can put the ball down and just spin me around like a top? And it's not a shot at the kid, but you need to learn how to play at the NBA level. And you need to have guys around you to lift you up a little bit, because if you just throw a bunch of kids out there, they're gonna get killed.
And you're trying to go to step 9 instead of step 2.
And it's like, you've got to work your way up. And honestly, the thing I before this game happened, I thought it was interesting is I asked Chauncey Billups in the pregame, who are you starting tonight? I had a reeling suspicion there was a change coming. And even though there was more, capital investment when you're talking about trading for Denny Avdia, Denny gets pushed to the bench for Shaedon Sharpe because Denny has been underperforming. And what Chauncey Billups and organizationally what they have said is that you keep what you kill. Basically, if you go out there and perform, minutes are yours. They're there to be had. That's a pretty open contingent you can look at right now. Tumani's playing 30 a night. Delano Banton's getting out there because Scoot struggled one night. He got out there because Denny struggled one night. To be totally blunt, I think Denny was pretty pissed when he came onto the floor for warm this morning when he walked by, or this afternoon when he walked by me. And I was like, ooh, good.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. You don't want... And I thought with that, you might get like a chip on your shoulder performance tonight from not just Denny, but from the team, because I thought there was like some consternation that it went the other way.
It's a bit of a political move.
Yes. Look, I mean, they invested, 2 first-round draft picks. And again, I'm a guy who thought it was a great move, and I still think it is. I think Denny will figure it out. And honestly, they're going to make some moves here in the next couple months that's going to free some stuff up. But in the meantime, look, it's a crunch. They're going to have to decide whether or not to send Ryan Rupert to the G League or Chris Murray to the G League, because right now those are your 10th and 11th men. 12th, like Jabari Walker was the last guy off the bench tonight.
Well, for folks that want to kill Chauncey for the effort tonight, remember how you praised him, and I did see a lot of praise on Twitter for going with sending Denny to the bench as opposed to 2, because you're right. When you invest as much as that in a player, you feel like you have to start him because the franchise is invested in him more than Toumani Camara, who's, a second-round pick. You got him. It's very, very exciting. But
he's a 52nd overall.
You can get him to the bench more easily, and you can justify that move. But anyone who watched Blazers basketball this season knows that Toumani's had a much better season than Denny, and so folks were excited about that move from Chauncey. So we've talked about this a lot on the show already. If you're going to kill Chauncey for what you don't like, you got to give him a little bit of love when he does something that you agree with. It can't just be everything Chauncey does is wrong. You got to give him credit when he makes a good move. Exactly.
Yeah, look, do I think he's the best coach in the NBA? No. Does he have his flaws? Absolutely. He doesn't. Everything he does, I don't agree with.
No.
Just hands down. But the one thing that I have maintained is that, with the exception of tonight and the Golden State game, which I just feel like both of them feel like aberrations, you look at all of last season, despite everything they faced, they didn't let go of the rope. Like, they continue to fight. They continue to play for him.
They cared.
And you can be like, oh, the 50-point blowout. Yeah, and what happened after that? He, hit him with a stick kind of a deal, got him back on the path. For everybody who thinks that's easy, it's not. It's not an easy thing to do.
It's much easier to go the other way. When something starts to go bad, then it snowballs down the hill and gets worse and worse and worse.
And then nobody cares and just
pulling them back up is much more difficult.
Yes, and that's the thing, right? Like, you have to look at that and go, look, what is the most important thing right now? That you're giving guys opportunities who deserve it, who earn it, who work for it, and that you keep them on the path. Everybody's like, what they're running, what they're not running, how effective DeAndre Ayton's screens are. Like, look, that's not. It matters, air quotes.
It's nitpicky stuff compared to the big picture.
The big picture stuff for where the franchise is at and where they're trying to get to. I think he's doing the things that matter the most. But I'll tell you this right now: if they have another, the Minnesota's coming into town and they just beat the dog out of them.
Yeah,
just a couple nights ago. If that happens again on the 12th, look, man, all bets are off.
Especially because it's a game of significance. It's the NBA Cup.
There's going to be some national eyes on you.
Exactly. You can point to it and say, this is more than a regular season game. And Brooke made a really good point in the postgame. It's a good thing this is happening right now because it forces you to reevaluate and put real importance on what could otherwise be a sleepy Tuesday in November. We're playing Elliott Smith on the way to the arena. We're feeling super chill. We're being sad boys. No, you got to get your stuff together and play hard against Minnesota at a bare minimum.
Quick word before we hear from our sponsor, Giannis Subaru. Listen, guys, you play the young guys out there. I'm losing the energy, bro. Oh, my gosh. All right.
It's a good thing there's not 72 more of these.
Listen, guys.
71?
Oh, excuse me, 71. It's 11 now.
This is what I'm saying.
It's too late for me to math.
You throw the young guys out there. It's like playing your first round. It's like playing Michael Penix when you have Kirk Cousins. That's not what he's there for right now. You don't throw all the young guys out there and hope that they figure it out, and then at the end you find somebody else to blame. Well, Chauncey Billups didn't put them in the right position. Yeah. But that's not what you asked for. You said put the young guys out there and let them figure it out. Hold on. Just hold on. Other NBA franchises have done it. It's just your time. Hold on. The changes are going to come. The success will build. But the patience has to be there because this is a true rebuild that Portland, unfortunately, has to go through. And if you want to see a championship in this city again, if you want to stop saying 1976 before I was born, before my son was born, before some of y'all was born, you need to hold on. Wait a second. Just give it a little bit of patience. Let the lineups develop. Let the players develop. Let them kind of figure out their own motion from the Denny being the bench, which is actually going to be a good thing because these are competitors. They're getting paid, but they also want to win a championship. So my final word is please just be patient. Wait on it because success is going to come. Whether you want success now, whether success comes in May or March, whenever, it's going to come. You just have to understand it is time that Portland Trailblazers go through a full-on rebuild.
Look,
it's happening.
It's a dirty metaphor, but I think it's pretty apt for this in that it's Shawshank. You're not going to crawl through the 500 yards of poo and then get halfway and turn back around. If you want that chance, you gotta crawl through it. Like that's what tanking is.
We're gonna be on the beach hugging soon, folks.
That's exactly it.
The white sand beach.
You're gonna find that note next to that tree. and your next thing you know,
Oh gosh.
right there,
Man, earlier mid-November, we're already breaking out Shawshank
look. I'm
analogies.
just
That's the
hear
kind of
it.
night it was.
Look,
that's the kind of night it was.
This is what rebuilds are in the NBA.
Yeah.
Unless you're
gross.
unless
It's
you're
gross.
one of those markets that can attract free agents or get big trades done because people want to live in your city, you have to go through the draft. And if you look at the greatest players in this franchise's history, real quick, Bill Walton, how do you get here?
Drafted.
Okay, Clyde Drexler,
Drafted.
LaMarcus Aldridge,
Well,
drafted.
well, he's
Well, I mean, he was
Yeah.
traded on
Depends
draft
how
night.
you want
traded
to
on
do
draft day. Yes.
But, okay, drafted. Brandon Roy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how it's done. That's like it's not a well. They need to find a different way. No, you're just not going to have 25-year-old single millionaires who want to come to Portland, Oregon. Like that's not a thing that's going to change anytime soon. So the thing you have to
Darn.
do
It'd be so
is
much easier if they did, honestly.
Right?
Yeah.
Look.
we got to figure that out.
Look, if it's
That's
at
what we
LA
gotta
Beach
figure
or
out.
Miami
Yeah.
or New York or anywhere in Texas, like yeah.
No, don't worry. We're getting that baseball team soon, so it'll be fine. Should we talk about Dick Hanna Subaru?
Yeah,
Our
let's
friends
do
at
it.
Dick
Let's
Hanna.
do it,
Oh,
guys.
did you boys hear that Dick Hanna Subaru is giving out Mount Hood Fusion passes?
I did not know that, really.
Yeah, 2 passes plus every new Subaru comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty.
They believe in nice or whatever.
Yeah, it's a perfect time to grab a Subaru and hit the slopes this winter.
That's not how you end it. You
Dick
need
Hanna
to show
Subaru,
them.
believe in nice.
No, that's not how you end it. Show them the slopes. Show them how you're on the
I'll
slopes.
see you on Mount Hood with those Fusion passes if you buy at least a new Subaru. Dick Hanna Subaru, believe in nice.
All right, let's go ahead and listen. They got another shot coming this Tuesday.
So many shots, Tyree.
They're gonna be-
They got
That's the
so
great
many
thing about
shots.
the NBA is like,
Yeah.
oh hey, there's another game.
Here it comes.
And it's right around the corner. Let's look ahead to Tuesday. The NBA Cup, Emirates NBA Cup. The second season that this is happening. This is going to be a little bit different. This time, Blazers starting this Tuesday. They're going to be facing against Minnesota Timberwolves first. Then they'll also have the LA Clippers, the Sacramento Kings, and then they'll also take on, why am I missing? The Houston Rockets.
Yep.
They'll also get the Houston Rockets. So,
Sheesh. That's a tough group.
All of the West groups are
Yeah,
tough. Like the
yeah, that's true.
To be fair,
Unless you have the Jazz in there.
well,
and
that's the thing.
we're
is
the Jazz
the-
of that group.
Yeah, where
I
the
get
Portland
it.
is the Jazz. Like each
Yeah.
group has a. Here you go.
So it's like the World Cup, right? You have group play. Whoever does the best advances to the next round.
Yep. And then
We'll see what happens.
And we get one cool thing on Tuesday.
The court.
The court.
The court. Very
Cool
nice
court.
court.
Very cool.
It's going to look
Check
very
out
nice.
the court,
You
people.
got the
It's gonna be
what are they
gorgeous.
called? Not embedded, but emblemized roses in
Emblazoned?
the. Yeah,
Embossed.
it's not really embossed. It's I don't even again.
Emblematic.
There you go. Sure, it's emblem something.
All right.
Not-
Something fair enough.
And if they lose again like this, it'll be more like an embolism. So you know.
Tell us the word we're trying to say
I'm just-
at
it's-
hashtag RC wrap up right now.
10 o'clock on
We
a
got a
Sunday
few
night.
minutes.
Ah, it's fine.
It's 10 o'clock on a Sunday night and I just lost by 40. I'm sorry, but my
You're not
thesaurus is
clicking on all
working.
cylinders right
No,
now.
I'm struggling, man. I'll be
Effort,
honest.
Danny. That's all they want out of us is effort.
They gonna
trying.
give some effort.
There you go. Look at that.
Oh, we appreciate
See the roses in the court?
That's gonna be
That's
cool.
cool.
Yes. So quickly, basically, what you guys need to know is they need to have the best record out of the group play to move on to the knockout, and then after is semifinals and then finals. Thoughts on
Yeah.
Tuesday's match against Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves? It's gonna be at home, 7 p.m. tip. Remember to watch on K2 2.2, 1170 Xfinity, or go in person.
I mean, I think it comes down to this, Tyree. We don't have to really worry about how the NBA Cup works unless the Blazers win a game or two.
Yeah.
Like if they
I like
start.
explaining, though.
No. I'm just saying for Blazers fans, we have to win a game or two before we understand how the NBA Cup works because
You don't move on if
you don't move on
win.
if you don't win a lot of these games.
Give them a stat sheet before you give them the results. That's what I gave them. I gave them the
Yeah.
stat sheet
I like that.
and the results. Well,
It's going to be
We'll
tough
find out.
sledding.
Look-
At a bare minimum, Dan, you're going to get a much better effort out of this team. I'd be shocked if you don't get a good effort. Shocked.
Again, I've made a rule of not talking about people's jobs historically in the NBA. But if they go out and they have another game like this, there will very likely be conversations about changes.
Sure.
Like that's the general feeling that I have.
Well,
I've
a
seen
lot of
that, yeah.
eyeballs are going to be on this
Yeah.
one, Tyree.
a lot. I mean, we saw conversations like that on social media, just like, listen, disappointed. There was actually a tweet. I can't remember the exact hashtag handle, but they said that if they lose like that again in the next like week or so,
And
I think, and this isn't coaches as well, jobs are going to be on the line.
Yeah.
That's what it said.
No, I do think that's the case. And look, you've got teams coming to town that will rip your heart out. Anthony Edwards has been phenomenal. I don't know if you guys saw this. He in his postgame today. Number one, he's taking more threes than he's taking twos. Like there's been a fundamental change in his
He's making
game.
a lot of them too.
And you know whose style he adopted, right? Damian Lillard. He said he sat down this summer and the film he studied, he's like, I studied Steph, didn't really work for me. I studied Clay, it didn't really work for me. I said somebody else, and he goes, and then I got Dame. And he goes, I started really studying Dame's footwork, Dame's like release, and you can see kind of the same way you see it in Ant. When you see Ant's footwork and his release, it looks very, very similar. Now, obviously, having the same trainer, super useful in that regard. But Ant Edwards, who's one of the most explosive athletes in the entire NBA, also being like a 38% bomber on insane volume,
not fair,
makes him very problematic to stop. So I would very much like to see. Look, a win would be fun in the sense of like it does a lot to snuff out the Flames, but just be in the game in the final 5 minutes. Like honestly, that should be the goal every single night.
I'd take it one step further, Danny. Let's be in the game in the first quarter, in the second quarter. Let's be competitive.
In each and every quarter.
Let's be competitive in every quarter, because how many games have we had this season where the Blazers have been competitive in 4 quarters?
None.
Not even in the wins. Y'all don't think so? Even
They've
in the
had
wins?
awesome
they
quarters,
started
which has
slow in the Pelicans.
basically made up for the slow starts that they've had. But I've not seen them be good in 4 quarters this entire season.
They've had a complete game.
And being good doesn't mean you're dominating. Being good doesn't mean you're beating the Timberwolves.
What? Danny's laughing at this tag board that just
Look,
says finally.
shout out to the Trailblazers social media team. They all of them sit right next to me in media row, and so I have fun with them all night long.
You saw them when they put that one out there?
Yeah, I mean, look, just Fernando, you're a real one. So look, sometimes you just.
What are you gonna do?
I mean, the White Sox at the end of their season, when they were setting historic records for futility, the score can be found at MLB.com.
Yeah.
Was one of their tweets. Look, sometimes you get got, and the social media team's not out there playing, so you can't hold it accountable to them. Also, don't send nasty stuff to social media teams ever. They're not basketball players. And number two, don't send nasty stuff to them. They're humans. They don't care about your parlays. Please don't. Hey, I've seen your messages. You're disgusting
I don't care
people.
about your parlays.
You don't do that. It's nasty stuff.
Yeah, seriously, stop doing that.
Don't do that.
Tyree, wouldn't you be shocked if you don't get a better effort on Tuesday?
I mean, I'll be shocked if honestly they don't cross 100 points. To be honest,
Oh.
they've crossed 100
Let's hope
points
so.
multiple times
Yeah.
this season, and some of it was just out of sheer effort. Some of it was just because it was garbage time, and the sheer effort of just not wanting to look as bad as they could have on opening night to Golden State was just getting it done. So I think we'll get a better effort out of them. On Tuesday, 7 p.m. tip against the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's game 1 of this year's NBA Cup. Make sure to tune in. It will be episode 13 of the Rip City Wrap-Up, sponsored by Dick Hanna Subaru.
Baker's dozen.
The games are flowing, and so are the shows. We appreciate you joining us on Sunday night. Blazers, they'll be back at it Tuesday, 7 p.m. Good night, my friends.